Good evening, sports fans. Here, welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. It's the Premier Sport Fan Center. Yeah, it's a live watch along show today, and it's going to be one hot meal on the menu today because Real Madrid, after making so much noise, after making so much anticipation, Retanda is the name in the mouth of most Real Madrid faithful, which means comeback in Spanish. Will they come back today after going 3-0 down against Arsenal Football Club? My name is Afolan Adeyemi, and I'll be your company today. And with me is Paulo, an Arsenal fan. Was under pressure last week, but it seems Paul is a bit calm today.
Yeah, good evening, viewers. Thanks for having me. Another wonderful evening to to support my darling club Arsenal. And like you said, this is the return leg. We've heard so much noise from Real Madrid about them coming back, doing all sort of things, and a lot of stuff about them even locking up their stadium, doing everything to see if they can get a win and progress to the next round. But I will only say they only do those things just to impress their fans. But I think they are already out, and Arsenal will definitely take the day today again.
Yeah, Paulo said his darling Arsenal will take the day today. What's your opinion on that? We would like to see on our live chat right there. You can join us, send a message to us. Phone numbers is on the screen. Also, you can send a text or call into the show. You can send a message on our chat page right there. So let us see what you think and what you feel about this encounter. Don't worry, it's going to be awesome, entertaining, everything sporty today, because and the Madrid noise around Polo, one of it was that the stadium will be closed today, and you know what that means. The volume of the fans will not escape, so it's like in one place at the same time.
Well, there are a lot of Arsenal fans also there, so let them shout whatever they shout. It doesn't matter. We've played in stadiums that their fans also shout more. I don't think Madrid fans shout louder than what they call them Liverpool fans. Have you been to Anfield? You see the experience. We know
Anfield is not closed.
Yeah, but we know what their fans are capable of, despite it not closed. And you could see the fans, the Anfield crowd behind Liverpool. So I don't think the match should be played on the pitch, not by talking or shouting. Though it's good for them encouraging their player, but I don't think Arsenal is not afraid of that.
Yeah, you heard Paulo right there. He said Arsenal is not afraid of the shenanigans or maybe the mind games the Real Madrid faithfuls has been playing gimmicks on them. So the lineup is out. Real Madrid will start with a 4-3-3 formation, and yes, 4-3-3 it is for Real Madrid. And you see the game, Real Madrid, I think they tilted towards a 4-3-3 formation last 4-4-2 last week, and we can see a change today to a 4-3-3 formation with Thibaut Courtois and goal. David Alaba still will face Bukayo Saka, Rudiger, Asensio, Vasquez. In the middle, Tchouaméni is back, Bellingham, Valverde, and playing up front will be Vinicius, Mbappe, and Rodrigo. What's your take on the starting?
Well, there are just two changes to the team that started the first leg. We see what's his name, Lucas Vasquez, coming in place at the right back in place of Valverde, who drops to the midfield, and Tchouaméni, coming on to replace what's his name now, Luka Modric, in the
starting 11.
Yeah. So aside from that, it's still the same Real Madrid that is being displayed today.
And Arsenal starts with David Raya in goal, Timbers, Saliba, Keyword, Lewis, the defenders, and Odegaard, Partey, Declan Rice playing behind Bukayo Saka, Merino, and Martinelli. Typical starting 11 from last week. No changes.
Yeah, no changes at all. And I think this is the best leg we've got. You know, they perform beyond expectation in the first leg. So, and it is right for you to, you know, continue with this set of players also.
So, you can see the captain, Martin Odegaard, who is a familiar maybe for a friend in the stadiums, I beg your pardon, because he was once a Real Madrid player. In fact, Arsenal actually did business with Real Madrid in getting the signature of Martin Odegaard, the Norwegian international. Yeah, it's going to be a long night of football. It's going to be a long night of football for both fans, Real Madrid and also Arsenal Football Club. So a 1 minute silence is being held on the field of play. So let's see after the 1 minute silence. Let's see what the game holds for us right there. Paul, your take, your expectation for this encounter?
Well, I expect both teams to give us a good game.
Mario Vargas Llosa and Leo Ben Aka are the two men that departed, and having a 1 minute silence for. Yes, Eagles passed. Yes, they found their way back to we don't know where right there. So, Paul, your expectation for the game tonight?
I expect both teams to give us a good game like the one we saw in the first leg, irrespective of the result being one-sided, but it was a really a good game to watch that day, and I expect the same today. But as an Arsenal fan, I expect us to put a strong performance, go ahead and if possible win this game, not lose, win. If we can't win, then avoid defeat and progress to the next round.
And as promised, the stadium is closed.
Yeah, it's not about closing the stadium like I said earlier on. It's about doing it on the pitch. I just want to believe what the manager Ame Kateta said is that we have to do our own talking on the pitch. So if they like, they can close all the exit, but we'll definitely do our own talking on the pitch.
Yeah. So you heard Polo right there. Is expecting us now to do their talking on the field. And David Raya sends a long ball forward. And Real Madrid wins back possession via Jude Bellingham right there. Merino bringing down Jude Bellingham, and it's going to be a free kick to Real Madrid, taken quickly. And you can see that the game is beginning to eat up right there at the Santiago Bernabéu. And Arsenal wins back possession, and it's Gabriel Martinelli who run down the left. But hey, Valverde had to send it out for a throw-in to Arsenal Football Club. Now, we talk about Valverde. I think he was greatly missed in the middle last week.
Well, I think his best position is actually from the midfield, and so Real Madrid actually realized that, and brought Lucas Vazquez in to play from the right back to the end, dropping Luka Modric. Luka Modric was more or less ineffective in that game. If you look at that first leg very well, and Lucas Vazquez, though he wasn't injured in the first, I think he was on the bench, so they decided to come on with him, and Tchouaméni also. With him in the midfield.
And in the game between Newcastle and Crystal Palace has been awarded a penalty right there. So goal kick to Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois sends this long one forward right there. Vinicius Junior lost the ball right there, but wins it back, and Kylian Mbappe will run forward, sets up Vinicius Junior down the left. What can they do? Can they make it an early goal? Still defending well. Oh, but Mbappe is in an offside position. Converted that one, but the referee says it's an offside. Look at her run of play. Oh, he was yards out. He was yards out. And he used his chest to chest it into the back of the net right there. But still proceedings, one goal and no goal yet in that encounter. Yeah, Paulo. Now, you see, Arsenal doesn't look like a team that wants to defend. Do you think that's the best approach Arteta should have gone with?
Well, of course, you can't defend for 90 minutes.
You can't.
You can't.
A lot of teams.
It depends. You are not playing. You are playing against a team that are very good when it comes.
Can I give you an example?
Scoring.
An example. Chelsea defended their way to win the 2012. I think 2012. Champions League. So you can defend to
in
win.
The final, that was in the final. They defended.
What about the semi-final against Barcelona? Have you forgotten Camp Nou?
What I'm trying to say is that.
And Bukayo Saka runs down the right, tries to dribble, cuts back, and he set it up for his teammate Thomas Partey. Oh, who lost possession right there. And Arsenal will begin to chase Kylian Mbappe on his heels right now. And he finds Vinicius Jr. who will run down the left. Can they do this? Can they do the impossible? Sends the cross. And yes, Kelly clears that one. Straight to Bukayo Saka. Oh my goodness. Dribble past Alaba. And Alaba will be the first player to go into the referee's books right there. Yellow card to David Alaba. Unfortunately, Crystal Palace lost the penalty.
Yeah, they missed the penalty actually. Wow, that was a neat dream blow. And I just hope, I think the nightmare will continue for David Alaba because we saw what happened in the first leg, and I was tormented, and as early as the first 5 minutes now he has been shown a yellow card, and I think it's not going to have a easy night with Bukayo Saka running down on his heels now with that yellow card now.
So, game on at the Santiago Bernabéu right there in that one. So, proceedings is still ongoing in that game, Inter Bayern Munich. And it is 0-0 at this point in time. So, it looks like
Newcastle.
Yeah. Very funny. Football has a way. Newcastle just made it.
Just one under how many minutes now?
They considered the penalty and they made it to inform. Wow. Really, really inform. Newcastle.
Wow, well done, Skelly. This should be another booking for Jude Bellingham, but
so Arsenal with the ball down the left, he finds Gabriel Martinelli, who will take on Vasquez 1-on-1. He cuts in and he crosses into the box, but headed out by the Madrid player right there. And Arsenal wins back possession. Bukayo Saka at the edge of the box. Shot! Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Bukayo Saka couldn't convert his attempt on goal. Look at that right-footed shot. Went off target right there. One thing. What do you think, Paul, Arsenal should do to actually make this game way easier for them to take?
Yeah, and one thing we need to do better today is for us, making sure we keep possession very well, not losing the ball unnecessarily, and if we can keep possession very well away from Real Madrid, then it will be an easy game for us. In the first leg we actually keep possession very well. Though there are some moments we actually lost possession recklessly, especially in that first half. But in the second half we were able to do it properly.
And the switch right there to Rodrigo down the right, who will take on Skelly, and a cross into the box, headed out by William Saliba right there. Still Real Madrid in possession. Rudiger will send it back to Vasquez down the right. Vasquez will try to link up Jude Bellingham in the middle, but Arsenal wins back possession, and Martinelli will run down the left. Yes, he's a pacey winger. Can he do the necessary thing? And Asensio blocks his run, and Arsenal finds Declan Rice. Thomas Partey will link up play with other guys straight to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka will try to cut back in, and still Bukayo Saka, and he will shoot! Oh! Thibaut Courtois to the rescue.
He came.
My goodness.
Wow. Bukayo Saka. Wait. Wow. Look at how he was. Oh my word.
Oh my God, that was a
Ooh.
good attempt at goal. If
Yeah.
you had lifted it up and not very low, maybe
Yeah.
we'll be talking about Arsenal taking a 1-0 lead
This
right
should be
there.
wow. I just
And Arsenal has a corner kick at this point in time. It looks like it will be a long day in the office for Real Madrid.
yeah, of course, I know, and I like to enjoy the way Arsenal have started this game, not going to defend, allowing the pressure to come on
Come
them,
on
at least
them,
taking
yeah.
it also to Real Madrid.
This was really close.
Yeah. Very close there, and we've come to scoring, about two different occasions. I just hope our effort this early stages count. I will be very happy if we can even get the first goal in this game.
Yeah, Paulo saying the truth right there. Every Arsenal fan will be out. And a cross into the box from that corner kick. Thibaut Courtois grabs that one and is looking for his teammate to give the ball to, and he had to set it back to a player close by right there. So Real Madrid will build up from defense to attack once again. Finds Tchouaméni in the heart of the midfield right there, who will playing Valverde finds Kylian Mbappe, who turns, and we'll find Rudiger, who playing his teammate down the left, Vinicius Junior, who will try to run at defenders, still with the ball, trying to take on 3 players, and they close him down, and yes, still tries to cut in. Oh, Declan Rice wins back possession, and Arsenal will try to hit on the counter. Edwinbo's past his marker, and he finds Bukayo Saka running down the right. Yes, can Arsenal do something from this? It's the 10th minute of this encounter. Bukayo Saka tries to cut in, and straight 1-2. Odegaard tries to pick Bukayo Saka, but that was swift defending by Rudiger, and straight to David Alaba down the left, who played Vinicius Junior, who find that Jude Ben. Oh, but it looks like
Is that should the VAR? There should be a pen
he
think
wants
I
to
should-
see the VAR.
Let's
Let's
see.
see what happened.
because I just want to be sure, because let's see.
You need to calm down, Paul. You need to calm
Let's
down.
now, let's
Yeah,
see.
it's just football. It's just football. Penalty. Oh, from that corner kick. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. I think that's a penalty. You don't do that in the box, especially when the ball is not coming towards the guy you are marking.
Penalty has been awarded to Arsenal.
And
Penalty.
Arsenal has a penalty.
Yes! Penalty.
Arsenal has a penalty. Raul Asensio.
Penalty. Yellow card for yeah. So who's going to Bukayo Saka?
And Asensio has given away a penalty right here.
Yes.
My goodness. My God. He drew him and held
That
him
was
to the ground.
that was a silly play from is it Marcus Asensio? What do you
Yes,
call it?
yeah,
That's a penalty.
Asensio.
Because we saw the penalty given to PSV. I could remember in the Champions League that day we played out. I think about we defeated PSV
That
away.
is
We
a
saw the penalty
penalty.
they gave to yellow card that was given to Thomas Partey. I think it was something similar to this, and I think the referee got it right.
So
Who's going to
Arsenal
step up now
has
for
a
Arsenal?
penalty right here. Another guard face to face with Thibaut Courtois. Now who will be the hero at the 12th minute of this quarter-final 2024-2025 Champions League season? Oh, it's been a long season so far. The first of its kind, the 36 patterned Champions League. Now in the quarter-final, Odegaard gives the ball to Bukayo Saka. And what will happen? I think Odegaard should be the penalty taker.
Well, it's actually Bukayo Saka. They rotate between both of them, but it's always Saka that takes more.
All right, so let's see what happens now. Bukayo Saka stands behind the ball. Face to face between Bukayo Saka and the goalpost is the Thibaut Courtois, the Belgian international. Bukayo Saka steps back, and it looks like
He missed it.
he missed the penalty. Yeah. Bukayo Saka couldn't convert it. Oh, Thibaut Courtois, he went for a Panenka, and Thibaut Courtois saved it.
Bukayo Saka missing penalty. Wow.
Why go for a Panenka
I don't understand.
in that kind of situation?
Ooh.
He went for a Panenka.
And the pace on the ball was not,
No, it's a Panenka. It's a Panenka, so there's
we
no
saw
pace.
the Panenka, what's his name now? The Borussia Dortmund striker.
Yeah,
that one was,
Guirassy.
look at it now. There was space on it, everything on it. And Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka could have chipped this one into the middle.
Yeah.
So, Arsenal now living on dangerously at this point in time. You don't have a penalty at the Bernabéu and lose it like this. It's risky. Right there. So, corner kick to Arsenal at the 14th minute of that encounter. Now it's beginning to get more interesting because Arsenal, if you are just joining us, just missed the penalty and takes the corner kick into the box. But hey, it's going to be a goal kick to Real Madrid right there. Now, Bukayo Saka lost the penalty.
Well, very disappointing one. Not happy with that, and I think that was a very, very poor penalty from him. One thing about Panenka is that when you score it, that's when it's beautiful.
Makes
because
sense.
when you mix it, in fact, it's always very, very appalling. And Bukayo Saka, if some people will say it's because they will now be blaming the captain. He actually stood there to take the
You
penalty.
can't blame anybody
Yeah.
but Bukayo Saka for that loss.
No, there are
The
some
thing
people
now
that still
is
say
Arsenal
everybody
fans
have-
love Bukayo Saka, so you
Yeah.
hardly want to criticize him.
Yeah, of course. But that could have been killing off any hope of Real Madrid, coming back. With even coupled with the way Arsenal have started in this game, you see, we've not really, allow Real Madrid to dictate the play with because one thing I've seen Arsenal try to do in this game is try to when they defend a mass, and once we gain the ball you see us going mass trying to eat them on counter.
And Newcastle is on fire.
Right.
Now 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0 Newcastle.
So game on in that encounter. Tchouaméni will find Lucas Vazquez down the right, returns it back to Jude Bellingham, and what will happen? Real Madrid going forward, pushing forward, and a cross into the box, headed out by Jacob Kiwior right there. Vinicius will cut back and still plays it out, and still Odegaard with the ball for Arsenal. Long ball forward, clearance from Arsenal Football Club. One thing that penalty miss will do is to put Arsenal under more pressure.
Well, I don't really think so. It depends on how. Though we've seen teams, miss penalty and go ahead to consider. We've seen it this evening with I think Crystal Palace.
Palace,
But it depends on how the team now responds to that penalty miss there. And if probably what they call them now, Madrid were to be leading like maybe 1-0 or 2-0 before, it would have been a very serious issue. But I just hope the team pick up from that penalty miss and continue their business like the way they've been doing in these early stages.
So corner kick to Real Madrid. Rodrigo plays it in. Raya punched it out of the danger area right there, and he play a shot still blocked. A rebound shot blocked again by Thomas Partey, and Vinicius Mbappe had to take the ball quickly straight to Valverde, will take a cross into the box, headed out by the Arsenal defender side there. Now Arsenal under a lot of pressure right now. So Tchouaméni straight finds that was a clearance. Martinelli wins a train. I think that should be, is that not a train to Arsenal?
No, I think he touched the Arsenal
Arsenal player
last.
Martinelli.
Yeah.
So Tchouaméni finds his fellow countryman Kylian Mbappe, who will send a long ball into the box. But Vinicius Jr. Rodrigo couldn't get a leg to that one. So it will be a goal kick to Arsenal Football Club. So 18th minute. Look at that.
Wow.
That's if he and even if he makes a full strong attempt on the ball, he might pass Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, what I'm saying that there was no pace on it. You could see the ball moving slowly, and you see the keeper already going down. Thibaut Courtois with the long hands there, and he had to one touch to send the ball out to I think corner kick then.
So throwing. Is it throwing or a free kick?
I think that should be a free kick to us.
That's a free kick to
and
us.
Real Madrid have been very, very, their tackles in this game. And, you could see with the way they've been playing, two of their players are already on a yellow card, talking about David Alaba and I think Marcos Asensio. So I just hope, Bukayo Saka will get his head up in this game and, concentrate.
But one thing he needs to do, he needs to redeem himself in this game.
Of course, by Lewis Kelly has been very good in this game. Look at how he has been going and, and other games what this guy just did now could have resulted to yellow card, but I think the referee has decided to be fair in this game. The penalty is not I think almost 90% of everybody will agree that was a penalty.
That's
already.
a penalty.
Yeah. So he has been fair despite the kind of
no, it has been a balanced officiate, even
course,
compared to the first leg.
No, even the first leg to me, because there were no really in my opinion, in the first half there were no really
strong decisions to make.
To make
but if you check the first leg, to me, I think most of the 50-50 ball situation went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but went to Real Madrid, but I still think they were the right call from the referee.
And talking about Partey and Declan Rice, they need to avoid the yellow card today, so they won't miss the first leg of the semi-finals.
Yeah.
And it has been confirmed that any team that wins here will be facing PSG.
Yeah, PSG.
So Real Madrid attacking down the left, they cross into the box and eluded everybody. No one to get in at the end of that one. And it's going to be a throw-in. Look at Jude Bellingham. One player that you see him almost everywhere. And that's a teasing ball into the box.
Yeah, and I think about that match that we're coming to the Premier League, I think Newcastle is running riot right now.
Honestly, it's going to be a pure
whitewash
today. Yeah, first half, it looks like it's going to be a whitewash.
Yeah.
But and a big chance for Real Madrid. Oh my goodness! You just have to give it up for William Saliba.
Of course, experience, at the back there is the one marshalling them, organizing the defense there. Look at how he quickly closed down Kylian Mbappe.
That was Jacob Kiwa making a mistake.
Yeah.
Look at what he did there.
Yeah.
That was pure classical defending. So confirmation right there. Newcastle made it 4 already against Crystal Palace. It looks like Newcastle are home and dry already. Taking this one home as early as the first half. I think this was how they ran riot against Leicester too. 3-0 in the first half. And Vinicius Junior runs into the box. And that was an on-time clearance by Arsenal Football Club. Now the pressure is getting too much.
Real Madrid are beginning to find their feet in this game. In the first 10-15 minutes, it was all Arsenal. They had their moment with that, offside call. That goal that was decided for offside, and it was a clean offside there. And I think they are beginning to grow into the game as more and more. After that penalty miss there.
So that was very good tackle from Partey right there. If he didn't shove him off, he's one hell of a pacey player. So free kick to Real Madrid at the 22nd minute of that encounter.
I don't Rudiger and Thomas Partey, going.
And Thomas Partey is used to coming to the Santiago. Yeah, it was. So free kick to Real Madrid to be taken. I think that's Alaba. Yeah,
Yeah,
Alaba
David
to
Alaba.
take that free kick right there. 23rd minute, and he takes it into the box. Oh, still Real Madrid with the ball at the edge of the box.
I think penalty or what? Is that a foul?
That's a penalty. Real Madrid has a penalty.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. The VAR will have to, be needed again.
And Declan Rice now on the yellow card. They will miss next match.
Let's see. Let's see if that is a penalty or what. Let me see again. Let's see. Where is the foul? I don't. Where is the foul? Is he pulling him? We need to see the other
I think
angle.
VAR should check this.
Let's see, because I'm not sure, because I don't think if he's pulling him or what.
Because it looks like Mbappe clipped his hands towards his body. I think the referee should go to the VAR, but let's see.
Because I think the referee was, very, very confused. You could see him bringing out a yellow card instantly. But we have to,
But the angle he was seeing it is different from the camera that we saw just
Yeah,
now.
because from what I've seen, I don't think that should, be a penalty. But let's see what is. And I think Declan Rice was very, very convinced that, he didn't actually, you could see him with. And I think it's going to be a very, very long night, because under the first 30 minutes, we're having two, penalty being called and VAR intervening. Let's see what will happen with this one now.
Yeah, so what's going on right now? The Bernabéu is VAR trying to analyze that penalty again. Look at the angle the referee saw. From this angle, you would think Declan Rice do it. But I don't think Declan Rice held him right there. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the referee should just go to the VAR and save us
probably,
some time.
of course, but they've not, probably
Told
the
him
guy,
to go to the
to
VAR.
go to the monitor that see, and I think it's a very, very, dicey one. That is why it's taking a very, very long time, because I don't think that to me, I don't see that as a foul, but
I think it's a soft penalty if he stands. I think it's a soft penalty. So. But I think even if he's given, Arsenal can score in this game. If Arsenal keep
and
to their
we've shown that we can go forward and get something. Do or is he offside here also? No offside, but
offside. That's an offside.
is that Mbappe in offside? He didn't touch Rodrigo. But I don't think that was offside actually.
It's Rodrigo that was in an offside position.
So let's see, I hate this kind of situations, when it takes longer, I just hope they got the right call. That is it, because you can't.
These kinds of calls are 50-50. It's just 50-50. The referee might give it. He wants to go and see it.
He needs to go and see, because I think they've called him to come and check, and see.
And it's a French referee, actually.
But is he pulling him? And from the angle we are seeing, it's not that
just watch. Let's watch.
I don't think. In fact, I think Kylian Mbappe was one resting you know. Wow, it's getting tense now.
So
Let's
let's
see
see.
his decision. No penalty.
No penalty.
Yeah, justice done because and the yellow card should be rescinded immediately. Because you could see it was what's his name, Kylian Mbappe, that was even committing a foul there, trying
They
to be
counted it
clever
as
there.
offside.
As offside, wherever
Yes.
thing they counted it, that shouldn't have
So
been.
the yellow card against Declan Rice has been rescinded. So if he can stay off yellow card again in this encounter, it will be part of the first leg semi-final if Arsenal ends up qualifying right there. So
Yeah, and it's looking like it's going to be a very, very long night. And
honestly,
in this first half, I think we will see a lot of additional time with what we've seen. They might play with this penalty check now. It took about almost
5 minutes, 3 to 5
3 to
minutes.
5 minutes. So plus the one they checked in the first, I won't be surprised if if we are seeing additional time of almost 8 minutes in the first half.
And long ball forward. Oh,
It's too much.
I think Merino should have just controlled that one. Thibaut Courtois, yeah, in on the action. We send the long one forward, and Skelly has that one down, but Jude Bellingham will take that one. Now, Paulo,
Yeah.
effect of Jude Bellingham at Real Madrid, the second season. What's your take on the young man?
Yeah, first season it was very, very instrumental, explosive. I think he scored about 20 goals in the league and helped them win the Champions League. If I'm correct, he was also voted the player of the season in
La Liga,
La Liga in Spain. Yeah, and but so far this season, I don't think he has been at his best like the way we saw last year. But despite that,
Are you saying he's not at his best because he's not scoring?
no, because of what he did last season. That's what I mean. What he did last season. Every player who wants to replicate whatever thing they did in the last year, at least
but
do more.
now, if you look at it, they are different stage. After all,
Yeah,
last
and,
season
he was
there
playing
was
up
no
forward,
Kylian
Kylian
Mbappe. He
Mbappe,
was
yeah.
going forward more, but this
Yeah.
season he had to
He was
sit
even playing
deep
first nine for them that last
at
season.
at some point.
Probably it's as a result of Kylian Mbappe joining the team, and you could see there's even struggle between Kylian Mbappe and
Vinicius Junior.
Vinicius Junior. Both of them wants to try and occupy the same space.
So Real Madrid wins back possession. Valverde will set it up from the run of David Alaba, who will play in Vinicius Junior to run down the left. 31st minute of that encounter, it is one penalty missed and a shot. Oh, that went way off target from Kylian Mbappe. That's ambitious from Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, trying to do everything possible to at least get the goal, and at the same time you saw how he tried to be clever and try to win a penalty for Real Madrid. I think it's frustration to me actually, but he tries to go for the like you said, he tries to be ambitious there, but he got it wrong there.
So a long ball forward from Arsenal. Put down now. Martinelli will try to run down the left. Is Arsenal back in possession? They find Declan Rice, who will move into the dangerous area. Plays in Odegaard straight to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka will try to cut back. Finds Odegaard. Oh. Arsenal getting these chances and not taking the best use, not making the best use of it. Paul, don't you think it can come back to backfire?
Well, in football, at times it's always like that. When you miss your chances, you see your opponent taking theirs on. And if you could look at this game, I think there's Arsenal have 2 shots on target, while Real Madrid are still yet to have any shot on target. Though they've had Real Madrid have had 4 shots so far in this game, but still 0 shot on target. But Arsenal needs to be very clinical because we've been going forward in this game.
And that's Odegaard getting the ball in the middle, who will try to play in Bukayo Saka. And yes, the referee says that's an infringement on Bukayo Saka, and that will be
I
a
don't
free
know.
kick to us.
He's
David
already on a
Alaba.
yellow card, and he's playing.
He's
There should be a
roughing like
second
this.
booking for him.
No,
Well,
this
well,
not a
it's still understandable, but he needs to be very careful because he's already on a yellow card. And briefly, I need to talk about Bukayo Saka because since that penalty miss, we've not really seen much from him. Like before that penalty miss, we saw how he has been taking on David Alaba and forcing save from.
If you check it very well, since the penalty miss, it is not just about what's it called? Bukayo Saka. It's about the whole Arsenal squad. They are just recovering.
No, the defense have just they've so even after the penalty miss, they've held their own, including
It's the
Declan
defense.
Rice.
I'm talking about
The attack.
team as a whole. The team as a whole, they lost a little bit of confidence, but they didn't concede. So I think they have themselves together. And Merino is also down.
Honestly, the kind of ball Real Madrid are playing now is not. I don't know if they are trying to target. At least send Arsenal player. Look at this now. This should be a yellow card because it's after ball. So what is all this Rudiger trying to do there? This should be another card. And I don't know that Real Madrid are this dirty. Also, look at the kind of football they are trying to play in this early stages.
But do you know that Paul, you do all you have to do to win?
Yeah, but
That's the Champions League mentality.
Well, you don't have to send somebody to the hospital because of.
Let me give you an example. So, who won the Champions League? If I'm not mistaken, that should be 2018 or thereabout. Who won the Champions? Was it not Real Madrid?
Yeah, I think against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool.
Mo Salah
What happened to Mo Salah?
Yeah, but we all know that even Ramos, that kind of football. I don't.
But did it work? And a cross into the box, and he shoots. Oh, Timbers couldn't get his shot on target. And 35th minute of that encounter is still Real Madrid 0, Arsenal 0. Same of the same this time last week, still 0-0. And the second half came up the goals.
Yeah, and the difference was that there were no penalty call. Though in the first for that last in the first leg there was actually a penalty check also, but the referee didn't actually give it. But the difference is that this one there was a penalty check not given, and there was a penalty check that was given and missed. But still more like same of the same. You see both teams still going head to head against each other.
And Bukayo Saka goes to the ground, but the referee says that's not an infringement. Against I think David Alaba right there.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, David Alaba needs to be very, very careful because I think if he commits another foul again, he might be sending. Yeah, because that second one he committed, the referee said that was not, and he needs to be very, very careful.
And with, I think they're on 2 yellow cards already.
Yeah,
Asensio and Alaba, 2 defenders. And that's very risky. And it will be a goal kick to Arsenal. Oh.
Timber.
And that could have been a snap of an attempt.
Yeah, just turn and
Thibaut Courtois most likely won't have a chance at that. So goal kick to Arsenal. David Raya now on a yellow card.
For time wasting.
This time wasting, you don't need that this early time of the
Well, I don't think, if this was the first leg, I don't think he will be giving David Raya a yellow card, when the game is 3-0.
He wasted time.
But I don't, I agree, but I don't think, like I said, if it's the first leg, when the game was 3-0, I don't think he will be showing him a yellow card there.
Let me tell you one thing. There's a particular number of seconds that is expected. That's why from next season, corner kick will be awarded. You're aware of that?
Yeah.
So it's not about if who is leading.
It's going to because
it's about
we'll see how that goes because 8 seconds to me 8 seconds for goalkeeper to quickly take the ball. Is it when the ball is with the goalkeeper or is it when it's
no, the law where the goalkeeper handles the ball?
But when it's what about when it's goal kick? Because this is a goal kick and
a goal kick is to restart play. So that
what is it?
And that's a free kick to Real Madrid. Oh, Merino dragged him to the ground this time. So, Vasquez will attack down the left. 38 minutes of that encounter, it will be at the Santiago Bernabéu in the Spanish capital of Madrid right there. So, it's Real Madrid. Some call them the Royal Madrid. Will they be the Royals today? They said with Real Madrid, they can turn not so good results into a qualifying one. We've seen them done some very, very surprising stuffs on the field of play. Let's see if today they will do it again as it is. And a long ball forward, and that was headed out by Kiwo right there. And Arsenal defending every bit of it. And Martinelli, anytime he gets the ball, he wants to run down the left.
Yeah, and I think that's at least the right thing to do. Drag the Real Madrid team, wide. Drag them wide. At least take them back. And I think that's what the manager actually, tell him to do. And he has been doing that a lot. And you could see immediately two players tries to come and double on him. And most time he wins throwing or.
And Skelly too, taking too much time on that throwing. So, Kiwa will find. Martinelli tries to leave that one for Merino, but Vasquez was smart to clear that one for a throw-in in that encounter. And Skelly will do the throw-in right here at the 39th minute of that encounter. And he sends it forward. And a clearance from the Madrid player right there. And the referee says that's a foul against Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham always playing with every strength that he has. Yeah. You hardly can find a game you blame him.
Well, he tries to, make sure he gets involved. Don't be idle in the game, and he has been trying to be involved in the game, and so far, but it's it's really a battle in the midfield with in the midfield so far in this game. And is that a booking or what's the referee doing?
Oh,
actually.
So another free kick to Real Madrid. Let's see if another VAR event will not happen from this. And Arsenal trying to defend their lines right there. Rodrigo will cross this one into the box and headed out by the Arsenal player, but Vinicius will pound on that. A cross again, headed out by William Saliba. A pass forward, and Vinicius Jr. will try to be trickery right there down the left. A cross blocked off by Julian Timbers, and it will be a corner kick to Real Madrid.
Yeah, and I think Arsenal fullback, talking about Julian Timber and Lewis Kelly, they've been really holding their own there. You could see Timber making sure he's trying to stop.
But they did it also in the first leg. They did it very well.
Yes, and so far in this game also you've seen both of them also doing it also. Just kudos to them, both players.
And Rudiger just drawing everybody that he sees. This is not a wrestling match. This is football. And trying to prevent the goalkeeper from getting the ball. And that was parried out by David Raya right there. Valverde will take this one. The Real Madrid player are not taking it likely at all.
I don't understand the kind of football they are, they're actually playing.
And Vasquez will take the ball right there. And we try to find his teammate. Set it up for Valverde. Valverde finds, I think that's Rodrigo. And Real Madrid attacking with the ball right now. The ball finds Vasquez down the right. Who crossed the ball into the box? Oh! No one could connect with that one.
I think Rudiger is trying to, trying to playing as a striker now or what? That's a corner kick actually.
And Rodrigo takes it into the box. Headed out by the Arsenal player. And one thing the Arsenal player should protest against is that their goalkeeper is being
crowded,
prevented from getting the ball. So Real Madrid are attacking again down the left 43rd minute of that encounter. And Inter Milan, Bayern Munich still 0-0 at the 46th minute of that encounter. 1 minute additional time they are in already. And that one looks like it's going to be a difficult game to really get much from. And a cross into the box, blocked again by Arsenal.
Yeah, another block there. And Odegaard could.
If it was Bukayo Saka, I would have run forward with the ball.
Or at least clear it far away, you know.
Yeah. Corner kick headed out by the Arsenal player again. Now trying to use a corner kick against a corner kick FC.
It's not, no team. It's just that when it comes to set piece, I think Arsenal, where scoring and defending and if you could look at it. Also,
and a cross into the box, deflected off, and Skelly will clear this one. And that's a foul, the referee says, against I think Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
Now,
and
I'm listening.
Yeah, I just hope they don't send Bukayo Saka to the hospital. Look at, how he uses his elbow there.
What do you expect? Is the dangerous man up front for us now?
Nah.
Who won the 2 free kick the Clara scored?
It was him.
So what do you expect? So
is there handball there, or what are they checking? That is not. I don't think that's a drawing of it.
VAR has not called him. I think that would be too soft. Once play restarts here, you can't call him back.
They're not even checking it.
So 45th minute it is, and a long ball forward for Gabriel Martinelli, the Brazilian. And Tchouaméni doing his defensive duties. And Odegaard with the ball right there, who will try to play in Bukayo Saka. But hey, Real Madrid wins back possession. And Vinicius Jr. with the ball trying to run down the left. Still with the ball, a cut in.
Free kick.
And that's a free kick. So we are taken quickly. And Real Madrid looking for a way to at least get a goal.
Yeah, they're trying to do everything at the same time, 7 minutes.
And there will be 7 minutes additional time at the Santiago Bernabéu right there. And Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, half time it is right now. 0-0. It ended at half time in that one. So Newcastle leading 4 goals to 0. It seems that one is done and dusted already.
Yeah, it will really take the biggest miracle of probably the year 2025 for Crystal Palace to come and win that game.
And one thing about Newcastle is they are very difficult to break down.
Of course, and back to the match. I hope this Arsenal can hold their ground in this 7 minutes and at least not concede and. Okay. Another
guard will lead this counter. Martinelli keeps running ahead of the ball.
But I think I don't blame Martinelli there. I think Odegaard could have he knows that Martinelli.
That was good defending by Kiwo. Jude Bellingham would have gone for a bicycle kick right there, but he had to use his body to stop it right there. And wow, Bukayo Saka helping out Timbers right there in that encounter. Yeah. And it looks like Arsenal really came prepared for this game. What is this? Merino forget.
Is that a free kick? A foul? Or
We
is
don't
it?
know what happened.
They actually stopped the game. I didn't actually.
It was a player is down.
Yeah.
A player
But
is
I
down.
don't think it's a free kick against far against Arsenal. What happened there? Did he step on him?
The referee already told the Madrid guy that he saw it.
Okay, it's even against. It's against Real Madrid.
No, it's not against Real Madrid. Arsenal was with the ball when the referee
Yeah.
stopped the game. So Arsenal is going to restart play. So still 0-0 at the Santiago Bernabéu. The 3rd minute of the 7-minute additional time the referee gave due to those lengthy VR checks. Long ball forward towards Merino. And Arsenal back in possession. Gabriel Martinelli with the ball right here. Down the left. Finds Thomas Partey who lift it and send it to Martinelli. Martinelli couldn't keep it in play.
Oh my God.
But that was a sweet flick on by Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey, 31 years old. Really bringing in the good.
Yeah, and he's still good with the passes. You see his passes.
Solid defensively. We've seen games where he had to deputize as a centre half.
He actually our last match. He actually played as a right back. He started.
He started that one since last season.
Yeah,
he's playing right back, inverted right back, right there, and he's been doing a very good job,
of course,
so far. So and funnily, it looks like Arsenal might not be renewing his contract.
Well, it's left to see. A lot of fans are calling the board to give him another at least
and
one more year.
And it looks like Newcastle 5-0. My goodness, that's a lot.
Newcastle are demolishing Crystal Palace right now.
Yeah, 5-0 it is. And my goodness, that win.
Wow.
And David Raya grabs that one easily. That win has taken Newcastle to 3rd.
Yeah, and also gathering those goals also, because they might be needed, because how tight it is there. So a good one for Newcastle United.
So the distance between the 7th and the 3rd position is actually 5 points. Secondly, the distance between 3rd and 2nd is just 4 points.
Yeah.
Wow. So Declan Rice with the ball. Can he shoot? Martinelli will shoot.
That should be.
Oh, that was a good save by Thibaut Courtois right there. And ball went out for a throw-in.
Wow. Thibaut Courtois coming to the rescue again.
My goodness.
That was it. Wow.
The boy went straight to him.
Yeah, but he couldn't handle, the ball at once. He had to, parry the ball out there.
So 6 minutes of additional time it is at the Bernabéu, and it's going to be a long night today for everyone of the Madrid and Arsenal faithful, because it doesn't look like any one of them will budge anytime soon right there. So free kick to Real Madrid, and Declan Rice needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Needless foul right there. Look at what he did.
But this should not be a yellow card, but that's a foul.
Sometimes these referees can be funny.
I understand, yeah.
So long ball forward by Thibaut Courtois, and the Arsenal player brought down right there.
Yeah, and I think
Julian Timber.
Julian Timber has been very, very instrumental in this game. Has been very, very fantastic. And the camera is showing our former player, Danis
Arsenal player.
Yeah.
Also on loan from Real Madrid.
Look at Rudiger. Look at how Rudiger has been playing in this game. Look at how he's been playing in this game.
There's a story that popped out this week that he had an alteration with Jude
Bellingham. Yeah.
But they've settled it actually. Long ball forward. And Rudiger preventing Merino from getting to that one. If you will rate Merino, first 9, 1 to 10 so far.
Well, to be honest, I'll rate him above average. At least I'll say 7. I'll give him 7 or 8. I'll give him 8 because 1 is not a striker.
That's why I said first 9.
I'll give him an 8. I'll give him I'll give him 8. He has really tried, honestly. In the absence of Kai Havertz, he has, held the ground for Arsenal, and he gets the goals also.
So it's halftime in the Spanish capital, and it's Real Madrid 0, Arsenal 0 so far. Will we get more goals in this one? Thibaut Courtois has been massive for Madrid today.
Yeah, and I think he has made about 3 saves in this game.
Including the penalty.
Yeah, including the penalty. Compared to David Raya, who I don't really know if he has registered any save in this game. But, he has been very, what's his name, Thibaut Courtois. This is the advantage of having a world-class goalkeeper also. Even when, your team is not, the defense is not really doing that job properly, where the goalkeeper is also there. And if not for him, they might have been probably 2 goals down or even 1 goal down in this game.
Yeah, but you can say the same for Arsenal in the first leg. David Raya kept Arsenal in that game. Those chances Kylian Mbappe got.
No.
In the first early embers of the game.
Arsenal had more shot on target. He had more
early embers.
Yeah, David Raya had 2 saves.
Yeah, those 2 saves were early in the game. If one of them had gone in,
at the
it
same
would be
time,
problem.
But we also saw it after the end of the game in the first half. Thibaut Courtois made 4 saves in the first half compared to the 2 of but that's advantage, including David Raya. To be honest, he has been massive for Arsenal. Even in this game, you see how he has been, calm and coming on to claim those balls for Arsenal in this game.
So halftime it is right there, and there's Arsenal 0, Real Madrid 0. The same thing that happened the first leg. So if you are thinking, can goals still come in? A lot can come in the second half, because all 3 goals we saw in this fixture, the reverse fixture last week, all the 3 goals came in the second half of that encounter. And a quick recap: Declan Rice scored 2 beautiful call out of a free kick in the first leg, and Mikel Merino put the icing on the cake, making it 3-0 in favor of Arsenal right there. So there's been a lot of noise. Retanda. In Spanish, they actually call it comeback. There's been a lot of noise, but it seems the fans that they closed the stadium for haven't have any reason to make noise.
Yeah, and if you're a Real Madrid fan watching this game, you even have your hand in your heart, because Arsenal could have even been 1 or 2 go up before Real Madrid started, trying to create something in this game.
Especially if Bukayo Saka had converted that penalty.
Yes, and at the same time, I think it's as a result of how Arsenal have approached this game. You were asking me earlier on if this one that is Arsenal is attacking Real Madrid. I said it earlier on. If we don't attack Real Madrid, look at after we lost that penalty, immediately the whole Arsenal team fell back, and that was when Real Madrid were now attacking, and they almost got a penalty there. But the VAR had to say that was, I think they are judged to be offside at the end of the day. So I think it's as a result of Arsenal have been playing, then themselves they are trying to be very careful, because we've seen Arsenal both Bukayo Saka and Martinelli. You see Martinelli, once he gets the ball, he wants to run, and Bukayo Saka has been very massive up there. Taming, what's his name now, David Alaba there, and I'm very certain if this game, I won't be surprised if David Alaba is being sent off in this game with the way he has been playing, including what's his name now, Rudiger, because to me he has been, in fact, the way he has been playing is not something to write about. Not only him, we see Lucas Vazquez also trying to use his elbow there again, though that was their throwing, but you don't do that in football. I understand you are trying to get a goal or come back, but it's not, you don't have to be this dirty to do that. But having said that, if you look at this first half and the pre-match, the way the media have been portraying Real Madrid, everybody talking about the first 15 minutes is going to be very important. In fact, the first 15 minutes, Arsenal almost got the winning. If not that Bukayo Saka, missed that penalty, and all the noise about you closing the stadium, doing this, doing that, they've not really. In fact, to me, I didn't see anything that really changed from the way they played in the first leg and the way they've played now. But kudos to Arsenal. We've held our ground, and another 45 minutes to go. I believe we'll definitely come into that 45 minutes and go ahead and even win the game. If we can't win the game, then draw it. Keep clean sheet, draw the game, then we are good to go.
So you heard what Paulo said. At least if you can't win the game, draw the game and go ahead in that encounter. Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, still 0-0. Inter Milan taking a 2-1 lead from the first leg of that encounter. And yes, it's been an entertaining end-to-end stuff so far at the Santiago Bernabéu, right there in the Spanish capital, capital of Madrid. So Paulo, now let's talk about what you saw from Real Madrid in the first half.
Well, they tried to do everything possible for them to at least get the first goal in this game, but it hasn't really worked for them. And I said it earlier on, and I want to believe it's as a result of how we have approached this game. We didn't actually approach the game like a team that wants to, defend. And the way Arsenal have approached it is like a team that wants to win also. And now, the press conference, I heard David Raya saying in the press conference that he hopes to create it, so he's coming there to win. He wants to come and win, and that is what we've been seeing with Arsenal now. They're pushing up to see if we can get the goal, and I'm very, very pleased with what we have played in this first half and the way we have responded to all their threat. Though disappointed again that that penalty we couldn't convert it.
And look at that penalty again.
Yeah.
If you had put it up a little, maybe it would have gone on. But a lot of maybes comes into football when the player don't do what he should have done in the first place. So still at half time, and yes, Paulo, your take, Arsenal's approach. What have you seen so far in the Arsenal game?
Yeah, Arsenal have actually approached this game like a team that really wants to win. Because if we have approached the game like a team that's already leading 2-0 and wants to defend the whole game, I don't think we would have gotten that penalty and going forward with all those attacking display that we actually displayed in this first half. And I'm very, very happy and satisfied with what we've played in this half. And only said earlier on that I was disappointed that penalty we got, we didn't actually convert it, and we've had a lot of chances again to have gotten on the score sheet. But what's his name now? Kudos to their goalkeeper. Talking about Thibaut Courtois, he has been brilliant in this half. Making some incredible save to deny us the goal.
So on the bench today for Real Madrid, we have Ceballos, Brahim Diaz, Hendrick, the Brazilian, Fran Garcia, Adagula, Mestres, Modric, and Vallejo. Your take on the substitutes?
Well,
who do you think can come in and make some changes?
Well, I'm looking at the Real Madrid bench. I think their best players are already on the pitch right now, and but they still have players like Adagula and Hendrick. And the first leg, we didn't actually see both players. They can, bring them on, but I don't think they are better than these ones are already on the pitch.
Yeah. And for Arsenal, there's Butler Yedeji, there's Goa, there's Henry Francis, there's Neto, the second goalkeeper, there's Ethan Nwaneri, there's Rosiak M. There is Setford, there's Raheem Sterling, there's Kieran Tierney, there's Lisandro Trossard, Ben White, and Zinchenko. Who do you think can come up and make a whole lot of difference in this game?
Yeah, but in this, if you look at this Arsenal team so far, I would want Mikel Arteta to still stick with the
Starting 11.
Yeah, that have started at least probably after the first 15 minutes, depending on what the scoreline is then. So, and you know, because we can't just throw, because as it is now, we are leading already. We can't just, you know, start throwing on more attackers now. Probably if he wants to bring in, we have to bring in midfielders or defender, but he needs to, you know, hold on. But if we need to go attacking wise, I think Leandro Trossard can come in. But if we want to shove on the midfield, we have what's his name now there? You can call upon don't know Giorgio there. Probably maybe Zinchenko to come and, you know, join the midfield, but or even once probably bring on Ben White, allowing what is it, to join the midfield there. But so far I'm you know, satisfied with the 11 we've started in this game, and I don't think Mikel Arteta should just rush into, you know, early substitution.
And for the expected goal ratio for Real Madrid, after having a 68% ball possession, is just 0.11. Meanwhile, Arsenal that had 32% ball possession has 0.91. Well, a huge gap. Though I think is expected because Arsenal had the better chances to take the lead in the
Yeah, and no shot on target for Real Madrid.
Yeah, no shot on target for Real Madrid. 3 shots on target for Arsenal, and a total shot from Real Madrid 6. Everything none on target. 4 for Arsenal, total shot, and 3 was on target. Arsenal 1 big chance. Real Madrid having 4 corners. Arsenal having 3. This takes us to the conversation of the fact that it seems Arteta is one of those top tacticians around. When you see what Arsenal's make do with the players that are available, he's really doing a good job.
Yeah, and I think you know, he has been learning. You know, the Arsenal is actually his first real, you know, managerial job, and he has been learning, and I think he has learned from his mistakes he has made in the.
I think this is his 60th or 70th?
Let's say it's starting his 6th season.
6th season.
Yeah, because
right
he joined Arsenal in the end of December 2019.
Yeah.
And this is 2025. I think it's starting his 6th season.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You know,
So-
maybe about 4 months into his 6th season, and he has been learning, and you know, he has been trying to approach, you know, games based on opponent, because if you look at this Arsenal team, people will say they've not really won anything, they've not won any, but in the last 2 seasons, they've been, and you don't just walk over this Arsenal team easily, and top teams really find it very difficult for them to.
What people keep saying is, it's just like a golden generation of Belgian national team, and they have nothing to show for it. When you have a marquee team like this, there has to be something to point out to show for it.
Yeah, but there's different actually. The difference is that, you know, that Belgium team, then people were expecting them to win, you know, some. But this Arsenal team, at the beginning, people don't always rate them to win anything. We just tell you it's Arsenal, you know, until they keep on, you know, pulling surprises. So that's just the difference. But people are beginning to take Arsenal serious now. Anyhow you want to look at, people are beginning to take Arsenal very, very serious now, because with what Mikel Arteta has been doing, he has been very, very instrumental, and I will be very happy for him, you know, if he's taking Arsenal to the semi-final. This will be, you know, since 2009, that was the last time Arsenal actually got to the semi-final of
UEFA
Champions League. Yeah, and it will be a very massive one, you know, and I know we are almost there. We have 45 minutes.
The reality is that I don't care what people say. If you eliminated the favorite of a tournament, you automatically become the favorite.
Of course, you automatically, even before, you know, during the group stages, you know, we were ranked among those teams, also the favorite. And you now eliminating Real Madrid, it's another big, you know, advantage for you.
So it's a big advantage right there. And yes, the second half will soon kickstart. Let's see if Real Madrid will come back into this one. You can see the players looking under pressure, and Arsenal looking so calm. And one thing they need to do, they need to stay in the game mentally, Paul.
Of course, and I think they've been they've done that in the first half. They just needs to, you know, complete it in the second half. You know, stay mentally, you know, be focused. Don't, you know, commit silly, fouls. Don't just give away the ball. And one thing that will be very, very crucial for Arsenal in this game is how they, hold on to possession. And this first, second half now, that's when the real battle now starts. So I just hope Arsenal have, be very, very focused. And because we know Real Madrid players, they can be very, very tricky. We see how they try to, play in the first half, trying to even be clever and every other thing. But Arsenal just need to be very focused.
Yeah, Arsenal needs to be very focused right there. And proceedings kickstart in that encounter. Second half it is of that one. 76 minutes of the Newcastle Crystal Palace game. It's still Newcastle 5 goals to nil.
And I think Bayern Munich have gone ahead to, get
Let's
the
see.
first
And
goal.
Bayern just made it 1. Yeah, we gotta wait for that confirmation.
Yeah.
Bayern just made it 1 goal to nil.
And they've leveled the tie there.
Yeah, so Bayern are back in it. Barcelona already waiting for either of the sides right there.
But I think Barcelona would definitely prefer to play Bayern Munich than Inter Milan. I know why I'm saying that, because Inter Milan, they are a well defensive side. We saw how Barcelona almost collapsed, surrendering, their leads yesterday.
But if you look at the game yesterday, it seems Real Madrid is on an attack and a cross into the box, headed out by the Arsenal defender. And if you look at that game yesterday, you see Barcelona just playing like they've already have the. If had it been Barcelona wanted to win that game, I think they will win yesterday.
Well, I don't. I disagree with you. You don't go into a game like that, because looking at the history.
Yeah,
of
I
Champions
agree with
League,
you. You
teams
don't
that-
go into a game like that. But if you look at the body language and you saw that game, you will see that the Barcelona player just came to show up.
Well, and that was very, very bad, for them. Because they were very, very lucky that what's his name now? I think it was the goal. It was home goal.
And Kylian Mbappe attacking down the left, and he will find Rodrigo, who will shoot, but his shot was blocked by Skelly. Is that Skelly who blocked that one?
Saliba and Mbappe have been,
It's going to
they've
be
been,
one hell
they've
of
been
a
battling it out in this game.
Honestly, no game saying Saliba is one of the best defenders around in world football right now. One of the things that will marvel you from the way he plays is that very neat defender.
Yeah, and very calm.
Very calm. And a cross into the box. Oh, that was out by Bukayo Saka again. So Madrid beginning to look like, yes, all hell want to break loose against Arsenal Football Club at this point in time. Already in the fourth minute of the second half, 49th minute it is. And Arsenal still holding it down, holding it very strong as it is right here. And Real Madrid now attacking down the right. Can they do the unexpected? Can they surprise the world of football by coming back from a 3-0 down situation? And a cross into the box. Oh, blocked off. And that will be a goal kick to Arsenal.
Yeah, goal kick to Arsenal. Now, the defense have, stood their ground there, looking at, okay, actually,
went to Partey
to
back to Kylian Mbappe. And he was still waiting for a corner kick.
That's footballers for you.
The beautiful game it is.
So we've seen some referees, some might not see it.
Yeah, they might not see that angle. But with the presence of Lima, I think it will now be a big question to ask the linesman if he was wearing a goggle glass. That one. So proceedings back at the Bernabéu, and it's still 0-0 in favor of nobody at this time.
Well, it's actually the scorelines. I mean, the tie is still in favor of Arsenal. Very
Not
much
the
in
tie,
favor.
this match.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's
Yeah,
just
well,
nil-nil.
well, if it ends like this, we are happy with it. All
Yeah, Arsenal fans are
with it.
happy. No, it's advantage Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal did the job first leg. So let's see if Real Madrid can do their own job in the second leg. But still 1-0 in that game. Inter Milan, Bukayo Saka gets the ball right now. Can he attack from there? And it was brought. Oh, that was Thomas Partey.
Yeah. Yeah, Thomas Partey being brought down there.
Yeah, Thomas Partey being brought down right there.
So another opportunity for us to put in a cross into the box, and let's see if we can get something from it. And one thing I've noticed with Arsenal, more in the first leg, ever since the absence, though, when it comes to our set piece, apart from corner kick, what's his name, William Saliba hardly goes up for now. He just stays at the back.
And the cross into the box. Oh, that's an header from Merino right there. But the header went way off target as it is. So 51st minute, still 0-0 in the Spanish capital right there. To Declan Rice, finds Bukayo Saka who playing his teammate, and Swift 1-2 deflected off. Oh, that would have been sweet build-up play. And Arsenal wins back possession.
What is happening? Declan Rice.
And Declan Rice needs to be careful. Oh,
But that was he's not doing. Look at what the Real Madrid player was doing. Was actually pulling him, and
that was Jude Bellingham.
Is it Jude Bellingham?
Yeah, that's a fellow countryman.
I don't know why he has been so very even in the first leg we saw he was his attitude towards Declan Rice. I think he's jealous of Declan Rice.
And Inter Milan just came back into that one. So 1-1 it is. Inter Milan Bayern Munich right there. So throw into Real Madrid. David Alaba will send that one long forward. And Saliba made sure Kylian Mbappe had no access to that ball in that one. So it's still game on in that encounter between Inter Milan and Odegaard could not run. Offside. Okay.
Okay, it was offside.
Oh. Yeah. Harry Kane got the first goal for Bayern Munich, and 6 minutes later, Lautaro Martinez continuing from where he stopped in the first leg, isn't it?
Yeah, that is beautiful goal, to open the scoring, and he has, a level.
And long ball forward, Bellingham.
That should be. Is he claiming for a penalty there? That should dive into me. I thought he's trying to. Okay, that's a corner kick.
Yeah, corner kick to Real Madrid. And Arsenal scored around this time their first goal.
Yeah, I think we scored about in the 57th minute from
54th or 57th, if I'm not mistaken, right there. So it is what it is. The pressure is beginning to heat up. That was a good header from Kylian Mbappe, but he couldn't place his header on target right there. So it's still 0-0 in that encounter. David Raya will send the ball forward. Bukayo Saka brings it down and controls that one and tries to run with the ball. And they will find Declan Rice down the left, who will play in Gabriel Martinelli, who turns back and returns it back to Skelly. And Skelly with the ball finds Martinelli down the left. And still with the ball. Martinelli, 55th minute of action. It is already. It's still 0-0. Martinelli, what are they doing? Vasquez cannot go close, and Martinelli couldn't move. And looking at each other, my goodness, wow. I think Raya is playing too up high line right there. And ball forward, Martin Odegaard attacking down the left. Still with the ball, finds Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey links up Merino. Yeah, Skelly right there, and Martinelli will try to dribble past his marker. And still Martinelli with the ball in the box. Oh, he actually and Madrid will pounce on that, attacking is Vinicius Junior down the left. And he plays this one, and David Raya will take that one.
And I think Inter Milan are back, taking the league now. In this
yeah,
game.
Inter Milan just made it to. They just made it to right there.
Yeah, because Sakala is good.
They just made it to.
No.
And we have a message right there on our page. Benedict Boniface said, to be an Arsenal fan is not easy. No hope until the final whistle. Do you share?
I don't share that sentiment because
Bukayo Saka.
Ooh.
Oh, he couldn't keep it in play. Asensio doing a solid job defensively. And how big of a miss has been Eder Militao for Real Madrid this season?
Well, it has been a very big miss for them. He has been injured for a while now, and his absence has brought on the emergence of Asensio for Real Madrid. I don't think we would have.
I think it's the absence. Oh yeah, Alabatu was out. Yeah,
but he's absent, and if not, we wouldn't have known. Though we'll be seeing Asensio, but we wouldn't have. But it's a very, very big miss for them.
Because Saka has a corner kick to take for Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, what will it be at this point in time? Across into the box. Oh, Thibaut Courtois with a long end grabbed that one with both ends, and Madrid will try to counter right there. Still running forward, set the pass, but the pass was blocked. Thomas Partey trying to prevent that one. Wow. Another guard will attack for Arsenal, who finds Merino, and Arsenal trying to slow down the pace of the game. At this point in time, 1 hour of football played already at the Santiago de Bernabéu in the Spanish capital, Madrid. They call them the Royal Madrid. They've not the Royal team right there. Who wouldn't call them Royal? The most successful team in the biggest club competition in European football right there. Real Madrid is their name. And it's still Real Madrid nil, Arsenal nil after 1 hour of football.
Yeah, after 1 hour of football, still nil, and Arsenal still holding their ground there. And one of our players is down, and now Lewis Kelly. I just hope he's not that serious. That's a push. This is a push, and he stepped on him, and this is a push, and he stepped on. No. Look at how Rodrigo has been playing.
My goodness. I think VAR should check that.
No pun. Yeah.
That was a stamp on his belly. Thank God he's not on his manhood. And Rodrigo has been withdrawn. So David Alaba, Lucas Vasquez, and Rodrigo leaving the field for Ceballos, Hendrick, and Frank Garcia right there in that encounter. Now, Ancelotti doubling up the forward, increasing the number of bodies up front.
No, I don't think so, because apart from Hendrick, the other guy is coming on to play as Hendrick and one in the midfield. Talking about probably now wants to push what's his name, Jude Bellingham, up
It's doubling up. They are playing
Yeah.
with 2 number 9 now.
Yeah.
Because Kylian Mbappe is still on the field and Hendrick is there to support him.
Yeah. Should be
So
offside.
I think that's an offside against
Or
Vinicius.
is it a
Junior.
foul? Handball.
Oh,
Yeah.
handball. I think that's an handball. David Raya cannot afford to get another yellow card in this game. So long ball forward, headed out by Rudiger and headed back to Thibaut Courtois right there for Real Madrid. And it's still 0-0 in that one. Also still 2-1 in that game between Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich drew the first blood, but Inter back in it and also leading 2-1. And yes, Arsenal back in possession. Skelly with the ball. And I think that's who is that? Martinelli and Kiwa will find David Raya, and Saliba plays in Timbers, who took an heavy touch on the ball and will concede a free kick to Real Madrid.
Yeah, Arsenal just have to be very careful with those passes they've been passing at the back, because you see David Rice, and they need to be very careful. And I think David Raya also, once those balls get to him, instead of him trying to take short passes, he just you need to take a long one, at least carry it off feet. But
every ball you set way forward too long is going to go straight back to your opponent.
Yeah, it's better than just losing it out so easily there to them, and it brings that in what do you call it? Wow.
Oh.
Is that Hendrick?
Yeah, it's
Just
Hendrick.
simple one, Brazilian to Brazilian.
Yeah, they did it.
Not making him there.
So Newcastle game has stayed at 5-0, almost at the dying minute of that one. Thibaut Courtois with the ball right there, the former Chelsea goalkeeper will send it forward. And Thibaut Courtois, so lucky for him, he has played for the 2 Madrid clubs.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, and he joined Chelsea from I think Atletico Madrid there. Yeah, and he was signed from Chelsea to Real Madrid, and
Chelsea got him, sent him on loan to Atletico Madrid because he couldn't put Peter Cech and a cross into the box. Oh, the header went way off target.
Wow, look at how we, Arsenal needs to be very careful. Don't lose possession on easily like that. And we are almost there. Just less than, I think, 25 more minutes to go, and
So long ball forward, they flick on for Bukayo Saka to chase. Down the right, Bukayo Saka face to face, Rudiger, the German international. Bukayo Saka returns it back to Odegaard. And Odegaard doing some sweet footwork right there. And Odegaard.
That should be the. Is that it?
And Bukayo Saka.
That's a goal! That's a goal! Bukayo Saka! Come on, you Gunners! Come on, you Gunners! That's a goal! Bukayo Saka.
And you need to calm down, Paul.
Reading himself. Who are they? Rotunda. Closing the stadium, closing the Bernabéu. We are the mighty Gunners. Come on, you Gunners.
And you know what happened was that.
Come on, you Gunners.
Was that
Come on,
a lot
Gunners.
of Barcelona fans.
Come on, you Gunners.
The story was
shame
that
on all those including those former Real Madrid players, including Michael Richard and co. Look at what they've been saying about us now. If anything,
everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, but the way they, I
you
understand.
got to respect that.
I respected them, but the way most of these people have gone about it,
not giving Arsenal a chance.
Yes, despite 3-0.
Hey, but do you blame them?
Bad. Arsenal have never. See,
do you know that 2006 Arsenal had the Champions League in their hands?
That's different scenario. Arsenal was
so
a
you can't blame them. You talk about play. You talk about it based on the fact.
Anybody that is
for me, I
just,
knew that Arsenal had qualified. But if somebody sees another thing, They have a right to see it.
Yeah, but there's a way. I'm not saying anybody should say anything. That was a foul.
That's a beautiful finish.
Okay,
So it looks like Arsenal will do
is
the
that
double
Moreno
over
there?
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
The same way they defeated Real Madrid at the Bernabéu. Either stadium closed or not
Or
closed.
no clothes. If you like, bring
it's-
in
it's,
a rotunda, what they call it, La Masia.
I think Arsenal fans can beat him. And Real Madrid immediately responding. My goodness.
What happened there? What happened there?
Jesus Christ.
Where is the goalkeeper? What happened? What happened there?
Real Madrid are back.
It's 1-1 now. Game on. What happened there? What this is what I was saying about we. What happened? Where are you going to?
What is this? Saliba, what is this?
Oh.
Saliba, what is
William
this?
Saliba, and this is what I'm
Did
talking
it
about.
look
And
at his side?
and we already want to go up. You don't have to, take. Nice. That could have been the time for you to be sending those balls very, very long. Up for. But 1-1. William Saliba's mistake there. Game on.
So game on in that encounter. 68 minutes it is. Real Madrid back in it 1-1 in this one. So that's a foul on Skelly. I think Arsenal needs
Thank God we actually got a goal before we considered this one.
I think
it could have been more.
the goal Arsenal got was what made them lose concentration.
But in fact, David Raya should not even be throwing that ball down there, because you see that those players were close, and he could have taken a long one. And at the same time, what's his name now? William Saliba. I don't understand what he's trying to do there.
I don't know what's going on.
I think he wants to talk to the captain there. I think he actually blew a free kick there against and I think Martin Odegaard is not even trying to talk to the referee, because you've been seeing the way this Real Madrid team have been playing, trying to committing very, very serious fouls, and though the referee have been seeing them, but not really punishing those Real Madrid players.
And Merino with the ball right there, who have tried to chip it up straight to Thibaut Courtois. This one not doing the Raya thing. Sends it out as long as possible. So Martinelli with the ball right now. Returns it back to Skelly. Oh my goodness. This Skelly is one hell of a player. And that's a foul on Thomas Partey right there by Vinicius Jr. So you can see the frustration on the Brazilian. Oh,
that's a foul.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul.
Yeah, and I think Bayern Munich have gotten one back again. To let's just confirm.
It's
2-2 now.
2-2 Bayern Munich. It's one hell of a night of football.
Honestly.
One hell of a night, right here.
And I think Bayern Munich even have much, realistic hope of qualifying to the next round. What is this? What is this? And no card. Honestly,
this game is bad. Like for our viewers, Valverde just had a very tough tackle on Gabriel Martinelli, but the referee only gave a free kick right there. So 70 minutes played already at the Bernabéu. It's Real Madrid 1, Arsenal 1. The goal scored by Bukayo Saka and Vinicius Jr. respectively. And Bayern Munich just equalized. It's now 2-2 in that one. Wow, what a night of football we are having right here. Oh, you can't have it any better than the UEFA Champions League. Eric Dier, the former Tottenham player right there, bringing Real Madrid and Bayern Munich back into the encounter. And we've seen Vincent Kompany throwing Serge Gnabry for Leroy Sané, and Minjae out for Guerrero, and Arsenal attacking right there, and they're still with the ball. Oh, but lost possession right there. Thibaut Courtois will play this one forward, and it is a throw-in to Arsenal Football Club. Look how well Ceballos lost that ball.
He actually dived there.
Yeah,
He just jumped there, and the referee saw it and said, "Play on."
And Declan Rice made an attempt on that one, but it was blocked off. That's a foul throw-in from Skelly.
I think Moreno and Luka Modric.
And Luka Modric is being prepared to be brought on at the 72nd minute of this encounter. But Arsenal, they don't look to be worried after conceding that needless goal.
Yeah, and with the way we've been playing, but to be honest, with the way we've played, considering that kind of goal, it's very, very disappointing. And what's his name, William Saliba, not concentrating, allowing what's his name now, the Real Madrid guy, Vinicius Junior, to rob him of that ball.
It was just that Vinicius Junior came from his blind side, and he didn't take a look at that side of the pitch.
Yeah, and that's why you have to be very, very careful, because you already, you are inside your own half there, and you should not be playing that kind of ball. We are already leading. I expected David Raya to have even cleared that ball upfield, not you just throwing that ball. I understand, we want to, hold on to possession, but at times you just,
I think if I would blame anybody, I would blame David Raya. Because he saw that Vinicius Junior was close to Saliba. So you don't give the ball to your teammate in that situation. And it looks like Kylian Mbappe is holding his right leg.
Hope Declan Rice was not booked there, because I think he's the one that committed the foul there. Arsenal just have to, be calm. We have less than I think 16 minutes to go, plus probably additional time.
It collided with Declan Rice. I don't think it's just a collision. Oh, it's a collision. So it's even the field that is. Oh, that was a serious bent. It's like. And it's one player that hardly goes out injured.
Even there was a time he was out injured. We were expecting him. They said he would be out for like maybe 3 weeks. But the second game we saw him, coming on to play for them.
You see the blind side. He didn't see Vinicius coming, because he had a lot of chances. He could have given it back to David Raya.
But this kind of games, errors like this, you don't have to. And David Raya, I was, like I said earlier,
look at Arteta telling him, use your brain. But they feel too relaxed now. And there's one place you don't want to be against Real Madrid, is to feel too relaxed. And Kylian Mbappe leaping a little. We don't know if he will be able to continue in this encounter. And he has been subbed off to bring on the fine wine aging graciously, Modric right there. And Brahim Diaz also is in too for Real Madrid. The Moroccan international came in for Kylian Mbappe, and Modric coming in for Raúl Asensio right there. So now Real Madrid removing defenders to bring on attackers.
Well, I hope it will not come back to on them also, because we still have our own attackers there. Like talking about Martinelli, who has the pace to take on their players. We saw it in the first half. During this second half, he hasn't really try to do what we saw him do in the first half, where he wants to get the ball, he wants to run on those defenders, taking it. But And as most of our players will be going backward now, because the time is almost going, and Martinelli will be left alone. And any ball now, we have to, take
And
it long.
Arsenal is making a substitution right there at the 77th minute. Bukayo Saka has been withdrawn for Leandro Trossard. For me, I don't think he should be withdrawing him at this time, because he has kept Alaba defending.
Yeah, but
Alaba
Alaba
has not joined the attack.
he has been subbed out.
No, I said the left back. He has kept them busy right there. And bringing on Leandro Trossard, I don't think Trossard can do as much as Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, no, the Trossard will have to occupy what's his name, Martinelli's wing now. So Martinelli's coming down
to
the
right.
right hand side. And there's difference between him and Martinelli. Trossard can't run, but he knows how to.
He has to be direct.
Yeah. Yes, with the ball. So though him subbing off injury in that game. Yeah.
But it was brought on second half against Brentford.
Yes. Ooh.
And so it's game on in that encounter. Arsenal not making it easy for Real Madrid. And Odegaard will attack down the right there with the ball, and returns it back to Timbers, who finds Odegaard, takes a 1-2. But that went out for a train to Arsenal Football Club right there. So Arsenal donning the black on black jersey, their away kit right there at the Santiago Bernabéu. Not looking under pressure, just keeping it cool in that game right there.
Yeah, and we have less than 12 minutes. I just hope we continue to concentrate. I don't want us to lose this game at all. If we can win it, just play out a draw. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a good chance for Arsenal.
Oh my God.
But Partey's shot was blocked right here.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh my goodness, that was sweet blocking by the Madrid player, and Arsenal not giving Madrid too much of a breathing space. Man for man marking. I think this is just sheer tactical brilliance from Arteta.
Yeah, and looking at the match, like we were saying at is it halftime, about how people have to me, I won't say, I think the people actually, I agree that, what is that?
Free kick to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I agree that Real Madrid are good, but the way they, Timber, be very careful, please. I don't want you to be on the yellow card, please.
But for me, I think Vinicius Junior preempt that.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying about Real Madrid players trying to use any means they like to.
Every club player does it.
Yeah, but we've seen it with looking at this game. How Real Madrid, they prepared for everything possible in this game.
Of course, if you're in their situation, what would you do? You try to do what you can now. So Valverde will try to take this one, and he takes it, and it was blocked by the Arsenal player right there. I think Declan Rice blocked that one. And already in the 80th minute of that encounter, still 1-1. And also 86th minute of that encounter, Inter Bayern Munich 2-2. It is so far in that one. Vinicius Junior will try to run down the left with the ball across into the box. And can they do something? And David Raya will pick this one easily. So far in this encounter, Madrid has not had a clear-cut chance as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's as a result of how Arsenal have been playing in this game, not giving them that opportunity. We saw the goal they actually scored. I would say it's a gift. Yeah, I would say it's a gift.
Look at Skelly walking through Real Madrid midfield at 18 years old. This is a massive talent. And so Arsenal still with the ball. And they find Leandro Trossard down the left. Oh, we're playing Odegaard, who drops it up for Martinelli. And he shoots! Oh my goodness.
Look at the Real Madrid fans. Oh my God. The Madrid fans
you just have to give it to Real Madrid, the mentality is top notch.
Well,
They won the Champions League last
okay,
season.
Saka.
They still want to win this season.
Of course, when you are, a serial winner, I call them a serial winner of
Yeah.
the Champions League. They feel like the Champions League is a birthright. They feel like, and to be honest, I think this is the only competition now they are looking like, before the first leg, realistic
like,
of winning, because
the
the
favorite.
gap between them and Barcelona and the La Liga, and I think it's about
4
5.
points.
Is it 4 points? And
4 points,
and with
yeah.
way back have been playing of late now, it's very very hard for them to overturn that one. Hopefully once they're out of this Champions League now, they will go and concentrate on that, because Barcelona is still having to play matches in the Champions League. Probably that will be a distraction for them in the league.
But next weekend it will be Clasico, final of the Copa del Rey.
Yeah.
Barcelona Madrid. So Trossard with the ball down the left, 82nd minute of that. Oh, now 83rd minute of that encounter. Still 1-1 at the Madrid capital, right there. And Arsenal lost possession in a dangerous area. Vinicius Junior tries to shoot, but Saliba came to the rescue right there. And it looks like that will be a goal kick.
Yeah, that was. I don't think there was a foul there. Okay, no, now look at how Real Madrid players are. William Saliba. Wow, he didn't actually block. I think he didn't got any touch there.
He
But
blocked it back to the leg of
Yeah.
Vinicius Junior, and the referee says it to be a goal kick. So it looks like the stadium was just closed for nothing, because even Madrid couldn't manage a win as it stands right now. And Saliba almost making another defensive error and trying to fall back to make amends right there.
what's wrong with Saliba now? Oh, Saliba, please, so just be very
No.
careful.
And one thing about Madrid, they can score multiple goals in few minutes.
Well, they can do it, but I don't think they will do it with this against
So
this
Madrid
Arsenal.
has a corner kick to takes it short to Vinicius Junior, and he cuts back and he shoots. His shot was blocked, and Garcia drops it for Modric, straight to Vinicius Junior, cuts to the left, a cross, eluded everybody, Skelly touch, oh, a cross down there, headed out, still
That should be
Vinicius Junior.
offside.
Oh, that was an offside.
Offside, or
I think
it
against Vinicius Junior.
should-
Wow.
less than 5 minutes plus probably additional more 5 minutes. Let's say less than 10 minutes. Arsenal, we are almost there. Please just be.
As far as I'm concerned, I think this game is done and dusted.
Of course.
Look at that cross into
Wow.
the box.
And that was dangerous. Look at Raya there, and there was no any Madrid player there. Who is this? I think that's Mbappe.
Vasquez.
Is it
Vasquez, that's
Vasquez, okay.
Vasquez. So that's a free kick
and a yellow card.
to
Rudiger.
Arsenal.
Is it Rudiger getting Partey also?
My
And Partey will be
goodness.
missing the next match. What is all this? I think he's already on the yellow card before. He will be missing the first leg. Why, Thomas Partey? You don't have to do that. We know that Madrid have been playing, dirty games there, but you shouldn't be doing that.
Now Thomas Partey fucked up right there.
And he'll
And
be
he will-
suspended now.
Yeah, he will miss next match. Unnecessary, needless yellow card to take.
That was a push, actually.
And they will need his defensive expertise against PSG.
Yeah.
What a
and,
big player to miss.
so
well-
we have to, start looking at, Makatata have to work with whatever thing he got now, and we don't know if he's going to. Hopefully, I don't know if how ready Kai Havertz would have been by then, because there's a news that it might be he still got chances to play before the end of the season, but we don't know how quick how early it is, because I think the next set of matches now in the Champions League will be coming towards end in 2 weeks time now. So I don't know, because
2 to 3 weeks time,
I would
if
have
I'm
prepared
not
to see him coming and play as a striker, allowing what's his name now, Mireno, to drop in the midfield, because at the moment now, Declan Rice will be playing as the number 4 in that game now, that's in the second, the semi-final, because Jorginho now, the other defensive midfielder, will be missing
And a
also.
cross
The way I'm
into the
looking
box.
at it.
And a clearance by the Arsenal player right there. So game on in that encounter. Still Bayern, I said Bayern, Real Madrid in possession, 87th minute of that one. Modric with the ball finds Garcia. Garcia with a cross into the box, headed out by the Arsenal defender. It looks like Real Madrid now tilting towards the wing and trying to load in the crosses.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's 88th minute of that encounter, still 1-1. And a cross into the box by Garcia. Oh, headed out again. And this is one hell of a cracker right here. Vinicius Junior with a cross again. David Raya will grab this one and grabs it easily right there.
Real Madrid trying to play the kind of ball Arsenal likes by pulling in those crosses, and you could see the way Arsenal have been dealing with those crosses. They're even lucky that the big Gabi is not there, Gabriel, because they like those kind of balls, and you could see Madrid are frustrated because they've not finding they're just looking for any way to put the ball inside the Arsenal box there, but it's still not working for them. And 89th minute now, any moment from now we'll be seeing the additional time being added, and I won't be expecting anything less than 5 minutes in this game, though it's not supposed to be, but I know the referee wants to at least 5 minutes, but I think Arsenal is already through.
Yeah, so 89th minute of action is still 1-1 at the Madrid capital right there. So it looks like Madrid is not even going to win at their own ground.
Well, against Arsenal before, they failed to beat us at this their home ground there, and I won't be surprised if it ends in new again. Draw or in favor of Arsenal.
So corner kick to Real Madrid, and a Madrid cross into the box, but headed out. Still my back with Real Madrid. And Diaz will cross into the box. Still back to Real Madrid. Modric with the ball. And still straight to Valverde, back to my Modric. And it looks like Arsenal will be defending this one with their numbers. Headed out again already in the 90th minute of this one. How many minutes will the referee say it will hard on? And Ceballos wins back possession, drops it, and still with the ball, he shoots, but David Raya grabs that one. Wow.
Wow. Thanks to what's his name there, that was all over him there. I think that should be Mireno there. You see Mireno now, the striker now, is back to
what
do
the
because I said it earlier on. Martinelli, all Arsenal players are now pushing back. Is that Cavara?
Cavara, yeah. Long ball forward, Thibaut Courtois will take. And can we safely say if Arsenal eliminate Real Madrid, Ancelotti might lose his job?
Well, that's what they've been saying, but to me, I was asked this question the last time I was in the studio here, and I said I don't think the result should be the reason why it should be sacked or not. Because if you look at Real Madrid with what he has done with the team in the past 4-5 seasons now, you have to praise him. But I know the frustration of Real Madrid. I don't think it's as a result of the Champions League, but it's as a result of their performance in the league. How they've been probably very poor in the league. So, and to be honest, I'm looking at this Champions League. Madrid actually qualified based on the playoff. We saw how they also struggled during the
Group
group
stage.
stages, and they had to qualify. And in fact, they lost some. There are some games they lost in the Champions League that was
I
embarrassing.
think they
to
lost
them.
to Lille.
They lost to Lille. They lost to at their home ground. Yeah, they lost to AC Milan also. If I could remember. So.
And the game just finished. Inter Milan, Bayern Munich 2-2. So
Yeah.
Bayern is out of the UEFA Champions League. If you will rate company season so far with Bayern, what will be your take?
Well, I think it's very, very poor. Though they are topping the league, but you see that though there is no really good competitor, challenging them in the Bundesliga. The team we were expecting to, defend the title, Bayer Leverkusen, they themselves are really, really struggling. So they have the league to, contend for.
And there will be 5 minutes additional time in this one.
Ooh.
And Thibaut
my
Courtois
God.
are making that all-important save from that attempt. From
5 minutes, and we've
Odegaard.
seen about 3 minutes being played now.
So, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a security law case.
Nah.
I think Arsenal is true.
For those people that are still saying Rotunda, Madrid can score 3 goals in 1 minute. Let's say they're going to do that. Let's see.
Because as far as I'm concerned, if not for that mistake, Arsenal would beat them home and away. So, 3rd minute of additional time it is, and it seems Arsenal is going to do the double over Real Madrid.
Let's go.
And
We can
that's
do
a
it.
long
Let's
ball
go.
foul.
Let's go.
And
Let's go.
Martinelli.
That's a goal! Come on, you Gunners! 2-1 to the mighty Gunners.
Arsenal just
Do
made
it
it
double.
to
2-1. Arsenal.
oh
Damn.
my
Who are they?
goodness.
Rotunda. What is Rotunda?
Doing the
What is
double
Rotunda?
over Real Madrid.
Close the roof. Close everywhere. We are the mighty Gunners.
And Martinelli.
I told you about his pace and counter attack.
Wow. It's been one hell of a night at the Bernabéu. Look at it. Got the ball right there. Well, he kept pacing up. Declan Rice put it in front of him. Outpaced Ceballos. And Ceballos couldn't get there. Was that Ceballos or Raul Garcia? Yeah,
I
it's
think
Garcia.
Frank Garcia. Yeah.
Look at it.
2-1 to the
Oh
mighty
my
Gunners.
goodness.
It's
So Gunners have made
Arsenal
it.
beating Real Madrid at the
two.
Bernabéu is not a new thing. We've done it before. I said it.
Yeah.
done it
But
before.
the first leg was a draw at Highbury.
No, the first leg was at Bernabéu.
The second leg was a draw now. 0-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Arsenal won. Henry goal.
yeah,
Henry
at the
scored
Bernabéu.
goal. Yeah, 1-0.
I said we've done it before there. It's not a new thing. And to be honest, it was the hyping. They really over hype. I understand they are good, but the hyping was just too much. And
So I was right to actually say it's a security law case.
it's more than supporting law.
It's not.
This one is over supporting
but
law.
one thing I didn't like was Partey taking that yellow card.
Yeah, and you
it
could
was
see
a
the
needless
frustration.
one.
And it was a needless
Because
one from
you know the truth, there's no replacement for him in the Arsenal
that's just
squad.
the issue. Well, we
There's
have to, I hope, like a different game. And Mikel Arteta making substitution at this time, bringing on about 3 players, removing Rice. He
Yes.
need to remove Timbers also because he's also on the yellow card. Well done, Declan Rice. Well done.
And if I was Arteta, I would have subbed Declan Rice and Partey even before now.
And,
Because they're on a yellow card.
yeah, and you could see Rice have been trying to make sure, including Timber, because if we don't, Timber also is very, very important for us.
But Ben White can still come in.
It's not that feel. We don't have to, we missing Timber also will be a very.
Partey does the job of almost 3 players.
I understand you, but God.
But congratulations to Arsenal in advance. I think there's no way back.
In
for
advance,
Real
or we
the
already
game is
there.
not, the referee has not ended the game.
Even though the equalize it's gone.
And that's what I'm saying. He's still in
I
advance.
think the game has ended. So
The referee can decide to add 12
it
minutes.
has ended. It
So
should add 100 minutes. Arsenal
So-
will score more.
the game has come to an end. Arsenal won this one 2-1. Paulo, the Arsenal fan, Your final take on this one.
Well,
And congratulations.
Arsenal, showing teams how to, handle Real Madrid, and I haven't seen what they've been doing in the past. Even when they go 2 goals down, 2-1, they do tend to come back. Maybe when they come to this home ground. But that was not the case with Arsenal, and they were even very lucky that the goal they scored was gifted to them. To me, that was a error, and Arsenal showing class today, handling Real Madrid very well right from the onset. You see how Arsenal approached the game. In the first half, we could have even gotten probably one or 2 goals in the first half, but unfortunately we were not able to get it. But at the end of the day, Arsenal, not only doing the job, but beating Real Madrid also at the Bernabéu in style. I told someone that this same Madrid, Valencia defeated them at the Bernabéu. AC Milan defeated them at the Bernabéu. Those 2 teams, I don't think they will stand a chance against Arsenal. So why Arsenal? It's just that the hyping, they've overhyped. And the worst thing is that even after the first leg 3-0, the way people have been going about as if Arsenal is just a team that you can easily score. And we continue to remind them that it's been going to 2 years now. Arsenal have not considered 3 goals in a match, and is it today now that will not consider 3 goals? So congratulations to Arsenal, and to all Arsenal fans out there worldwide. Congratulations to them.
So congratulations to Arsenal. So setting it up for a semi-final showdown. It is Arsenal that will be facing PSG, and Barcelona facing Inter Milan right there. So my name is Afola Adeyemi Polo. Thanks for joining us. So that's the much we can take today. And yes, Arsenal are doing 5-1 on aggregate right there. So congratulations again. Till we come your way again tomorrow. Be good, be safe, and be well. Don't forget you can only fail if you stop trying. Keep trying until your dreams become a reality you can touch and feel. Thank you and good night.